Alright, timestamp. September. Yeah, hi Acorn. September 14th, 2025. It's about 7:30 p.m. I took a nap at like 1 o'clock. I got up just a few minutes ago, so I took like a 6-hour nap. Before I did that, though, I made a discovery that gave my Heebs the Jeeves. So, the stools we've been sitting on at the bar are, I guess it's rattan. I don't know. Take a look at this. So, they're kind of woven-ish. So, full disclosure, I have, as of the past couple weeks, what I thought was like a rash on the back of my thigh. Bunch of little bumps. Thought it was a rash of some sort. Didn't know why that would be there, but so yesterday, right before I took my nap, I took a shower too. That was nice. I thought I felt a tickle on my leg, and I stood up. I was wearing shorts, and had a bed bug crawling on my leg. And then I looked at the stool, and I saw another bed bug on the stool. And when I investigated further, I actually sprayed where the bed bug was. A good-sized bed bug and 3 or 4 little baby bed bugs came up from between some of the crack, exactly in between the cracks, and ran across the stool and ducked down into another one. So I think these stools are actually a nesting area for bed bugs, and I've been sitting on the damn thing. And it's not traditional fabric, so I didn't even think about it. So, no. I have those other 2 stools. We're going to assemble those. Oh. It's moments like this that the words of my father echo in my head. I sprayed. So, I picked up some bug bombs that do bed bugs and fleas and stuff like that. We are going to be taking those stools. I already had Tiny take mine out there carefully. I sprayed that thing down. I'm just not into it, man. They're not cockroach bad, but they're gross in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's the term bed bug that just makes me think dirty. But yeah, I had Tiny take mine to the workshop already. But I picked up a case of bed bug bombs, basically. And again, they work on fleas and all the other regular critters. And we're just going to bomb the workshop every other day for a week or 2. Because the question came up, once you get the house treated, what if there's stuff in the stuff in the workshop? And I already thought of that, which is why I had a case of the bombs plus another case on the way. There's 12 in there. That should take care of it. Now I'm wondering if I get the other stools assembled and use those to sit, if we have those at the bar. Number one, they're going to look cooler, I think. But also I'm wondering if my mysterious rash is going to go away. Since I'm not putting my beautiful thigh meat right onto a nest. Don't do this to your kids. Oh man. So I just got up. Acorn is doing the dance. According to Weather Channel, Weather Channel's a little vague sometimes as to whether or not it's going to stop raining. Okay, it looks like it. We might have gotten moist. Yeah, I got a little puddle. Just got a drip on my shoulder. Because, the eye ceiling's not really attached exactly. Is it sagging more? Yep, it's sagging more. Well, shiitake. That's what we got going on here. I'm going to try and do a slow pan. You can see it's a lot closer to that cabinet top. It's not actually resting on it, but it's thinking about it. It's resting firmly on that one, but of course it was going to be because there was even a brace there before. The brace was lower than the cabinet. Oh yeah, it's not muddy, but it's definitely at least gotten a light rain back here. I don't think that was a bunny, I think that was a giant lizard. But Scrappy's going to investigate. Yeah, it was so smoky in this backyard, like most of yesterday. Half expecting John Wayne to come walking out. Well, we bombed the Japanese on that island over there. It's still, I can still smell it. It's still smoldering a little bit here and there. I saw a whiff of smoke. There's like little puffs of smoke still coming up from some areas. It's like Silent Hill over here. Oh, ah. I've been sitting on what was probably a bed of those things for 2 months. See, I think it's beautiful. Look at that. It's like so gray, it's purple almost right there. I love this kind of weather. I don't like the hurricanes. No, I do not. Hurricanes go from fun time to scary time. Much like Eddie Rabbit, I love a rainy night. Beautiful. And some of them are heavy, black, and pendulous. Oh. Yeah, but I saw one or two like medium to large ones, and then like probably 3 or 4 babies just come like poking out and running across the room, that kind of concept. And that's the amount that I saw. Well, there's probably more there. To which I say, son of a bitch. He'll catch up. Restarted the washer. I've got an incredibly soiled cat bed, an incredibly soiled cat blanket, and a cat carrier. And I don't know if it was Luther or Janus. Luther to come here from George, or Janus on his trip back from the vet. They've apparently been out here, so we're taking care of that. But yeah, they were wet and smelly. But we've got that Lysol. This is a Lysol product that we got during COVID. It's in a white bottle with a light blue rating, and it's I'll show you here in a second. Yeah, somebody the other day was like, the amount of sound effects I hear, you should do like the ASMR videos. Like, oh, okay, thanks. It's just, sound effects happen in daily life. They just do. And they don't all come from me. Some of them are environmental. Oh, somebody wants a cookie, I think. Hex! Hey, buddy. I'm not even going to ask where you were. Much like Bruno, we don't talk about it. Somebody wants a cookie. Alright. Let's try one of these. I got these at Dollar Tree the other day. Duck jerky. They didn't have anything rabbit flavored. I know you were asking about that. There we go. They have to make these really hard to open in case you guys go in the store with me. Oh my god, it's not working. Yeah. Put you on the bar for a second. Whew. This is really not me trying to tease you, by the way. Uh-oh. That was not what I was trying to do. You got really hopeful there, right? I get the whole pack. It's interesting looking. Alright. Go try that out. Let me know what you think. Here we got our pet supply stuff going on over here. Why is it on the top shelf? I don't know. That's so funny to me. Because I guess at George right now, Pix has, she's got Sammy with her, which is the Border Terrier. Well, Samuel Mutton Chops, he's got like the fur that goes down here. He's cute. Almost looks like the jailer dog from Pirates of the Caribbean. For context, he could cosplay. And I promised him that if he does need to cosplay or whatnot, I'll get him like a nice thick brown collar with like a bunch of skeleton keys hanging on it. You know, if anybody asks him, you can say, I'm the dog from Pirates of the Caribbean. More the ride than the movies, but people familiar they're gonna be like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Did you ever give him those keys? Poochie Poochie. Hit him with a suit though. She's got Kelly, not Sam. Sam's the boy. She's got like some of his dog treats and like new toys, because we always have at least a few like Dollar Tree new toys laying around, if not 20. She's got it on a shelf that's maybe a foot off the ground near her desk, and every now and then Sammy will mysteriously come up with a new toy. Well, yeah. You know, if you put that on a high shelf, you control the faucet there. You control the flow. If you have it on a shelf near ground level, yeah, at that point it's self-serve. It's self-serve at that point. And anything you try and tell yourself otherwise is just silly. Hi, Jinx. Thank you for attempting to kill me. I appreciate that. He always does that. Yeah, we're doing the Starbucks. These are those big bags that I was telling you about. It's 28 ounce. Yeah, they discovered the error of their ways. The Walmart.com, but I was getting these for like $4 and $7. Somebody definitely mispriced them on their website. And someone might have gotten in trouble for that once they figured it out. We're really not making money on the Starbucks coffee. Why? Oh. Yeah, I got a couple more up there. And I think Alex has probably been drinking it at George, but I know there were another 8 or 10 bags there. So we are well stocked on coffee. Plus I got a lot of the Harry and David. They're actually not a sponsor. I don't have any sponsorship. And I'm not AI. I keep mentioning that. I can't help it. I probably could help it, but nah. So, trying to get the counters clear once and for all. Oh shit, where'd that come from? That's super. Oh, it came out of your holster. Well, that would explain it. Got my prototype Stormtrooper. I think I mentioned these a while back. I gave him that hammer. That's not actually his. It just was lying around. It looked good on him. But oh yeah. I mentioned the C-3PO prototype, the Ralph McQuarrie concept figure, the one that kind of has a Metropolis look to it. This is actually what Ralph McQuarrie came up with for the Stormtroopers originally. You can see it's real similar to what the end product was. But I managed to grab a couple of these off the eBay a while back. I love the look of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the look of the Stormtroopers too. But this guy's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And he came with a blaster, which is what I just found free floating on the counter. Got a big old beefy holster thing over here. Not really practical looking, but he had been knocked over, so it went skittering out of his holster. And they also came with like a blue lightsaber, because in the original artwork, whatnot, these guys had a pistol and a lightsaber. Which begs the question, were lightsabers originally not going to be quite as special as they made them? You know what I mean? Like, everybody has just like, everybody has a sword and a gun kind of thing. I mean, can you imagine if every stormtrooper had a lightsaber as well? It changes a lot of things. I don't think it would improve their aim, but it certainly changes the specialness with the whole Jedi, the crystal, and if you know, you know. It's interesting. They kind of like walked that back somehow, conceptually. Because I'm guessing that Lucas, said, hey, they're swords, they're made of light, It's like a light saber. It's a luminous sword. No, it just doesn't sound as good. But yeah, I had him on my desk / counter for a couple days, but he fell over and the gun went woo. And of course, I've got my ACT driver. I love the look of this guy. Absolutely love the look of this guy. Like, part clone, part stormtrooper, part biker scout. That's a nice mashup. Yeah, and the sword, I put that in his hand. His right hand looked it looked naked. Just reflecting back on the last 12 hours, realizing that I had a bed bug crawling on my leg. Not perfect. Examining the situation closer and realizing that I was actually sitting on what is probably a bed bug nest. Okay, got worse. How did Connery put it? Our situation has not improved. Can't spray fast enough. But we still got so much to do before we can even get the Orkin man out here. Because they have to have clear access to basically every wall, the whole, they have to be able to walk into any room, and they still can't walk into my dad's office. That's still not feasible. My mom's office is still, it's halfway there, but Pix did a great job the other day. There can't be any real artwork on the walls. It has to be pulled down and leaning. I guess I'm going to get rebriefed by the guy, because he came out in February or March was when he came out, because DCF said get this place sprayed, and actually Pasco County Adult Services was like, yeah, no, bed bugs, that's a health hazard, get it taken care of. Which was all part of we're bringing charges up on your mom, and your dad's going into a state home if you don't step in and fix this. So I did call the Orkin man just to catch people up, because some people don't know the history. I did call the Orkin man. I asked Mom, I'm like, we got to do something. You're here in the hospital. Dad is not competent enough to make any kind of phone calls. What are your orders? And she was like, go ahead and call Orkin. I said, okay. So I called Orkin. I had the guy come out and do an inspection. And then I reported back to my mom, and I said, Orkin came out, and they gave it an inspection. It was like $100 whatever bucks. They want to do the 2 treatment spray. And she was mad at me. She's like, why did you have Orkin come out? I'm like, you said call them. And she's like, well, I wanted to handle it myself. And I'm like, we don't have time for you to sit around and think about this. They're about to put Dad into a state home, and they're putting a case together right now. I just got informed that I might be subpoenaed to testify against my own mom. I got informed of that last week. Can you quit playing the stalling game, because they're on to you? because you've been doing this for the 2 or 3 months it had to have been like March, because she had been doing the stalling game for a few months, and the DCF investigators were like, okay, we tell her to do something, and she says, let me make a phone call. Then a month later, she either made the phone call but didn't take any action, or she didn't do anything at all. And they're like, we're not playing games. This is actually serious. You've got a safety hazard with the lanai ceiling. You've got a health hazard with the bed bugs, plus the septic and other things. We're not asking for your opinion. We're telling you to fix it. But she was trying to stall and do it my way, and it's like, that time, that's done. But yeah, she got mad at me because I called the working man. I'm like, number one, I did what you told me to. Number two, I did what pretty much the state of Florida told me to do. But I need to get him probably back out. He might charge me for a reinspection, but he can at least, I know he'll find bed bugs again. Yeah, he found bed bugs right away in their bedroom. And my dad was insistent. That's why I said what I did earlier. He's like, I sprayed. I took care of it. And the Orkin man's like, well, what's that then? I sprayed. What's that then? Because he pulled back like one of the things on the bed, and like big old fat mama bed bug and a little baby like scampering across. I've got the pictures and the video on my phone because he sent it to me. He took pictures and whatnot as he was doing his inspection. Because DCF was like, if you have evidence of bed bugs and whatnot, you need to get a copy of that and forward it to us. So I did. Because for some reason, lying to state investigators and or playing games with DCF seemed like a stupid thing. So I did not. But yeah, I sent them that, and they were like, yeah, no, fix that. If your mom's not going to, you're next in line, you need to fix that. We still might bring charges upon your mom. It's like, okay, sure. But actually, the investigator, the DCF investigator, actually, we became, my wife and I, friendly with. Not like, friendly. We're swinging this weekend, but she's very, very cool. She's doing her job. And she's a little bit of a dork, so we got along pretty well. But yeah, she was on our side in the respect of she was looking at where my dad was, and the games my mom was playing, and was like, I'm glad that you're taking care of it, because if you didn't do the stuff that you're doing right now, I would have to do the stuff that I've told you that I will have to do. And I don't like that part of my job. But my God, I will have to take steps. And I'm like, yeah, no, I think I'm calling her Holly. So, Holly, I get it. I'm trying to take steps. My mom is actually working against me. And she's like, yeah, no, I noticed that. Because you work on something and then she tries to shut you down. It's like, okay, so it's not just me. And she's like, no, I'm seeing it. And that's why I'm actually letting her know today, because she at one point was like, I'm going to let her know we're probably filing charges if you don't stop. If you don't stop interfering with your son trying to get stuff done, we might send you to a nursing home deal anyway. And they exist, by the way. There's a couple in Florida. Of course, right? Because we have old criminals down here too. Some people come down here to retire. Some people keep doing their job, but still need medical help. Yeah, there are a couple of nursing home deals in Florida. Having like flashbacks of the movie Red, or the sequel, both very good. But yeah, that was earlier this year. This is your first time watching my stuff. My mom died in May. I did not kill her. She had health issues, congestive heart failure, COPD, diabetic. She was renal stage 4. And she refused to use the BiPAP. She didn't like using the CPAP, but she would. And she was a foodie. She was an overweight foodie. So if you look at the different things that I just listed and then consider those factors, she was living herself to death. Didn't want to exercise, but absolutely wanted the second slice of cake. I can't fix you. At that point, I was like, I can't save you. I'm going to try and save my dad. Maybe I can save him. You've chosen this. He hasn't chosen anything. His brain's too broke. He's not making good choices because his brain is broke. Your brain, I think, is okay, and you're still making stupid choices. So my wife and I were the canoe and the helicopter in that joke. And I hope St. Peter tells her that. Because I told her that joke too. I told my mom that joke when she was in the hospital, and she was like, yeah. And I hope, just from an ironic standpoint, when she got there, St. Peter looks at her and says, yeah, your son and your daughter-in-law, they were the helicopter. So welcome. You could have been here a couple years from now, but you're an early arrival. I mean, she's 85 when she died, but we could have kept her alive for a couple more years if she had made good choices. But yeah, sitting on bed bugs. Been doing it for a couple months. Yeah. So I'm going to assemble some stools, which they should look pretty cool, but the seats on them are kind of a copperish brown, and I have the wood stain right down here. I have a weathered gray wood stain that we're going to be doing, like, mostly gray woods in at least the commons area of the house, with a nautical theme. So yeah, the copperish brown, it looks good, but it doesn't fit my palette. So I'm gonna work on some of that today, because I'm gonna need a chair that doesn't crawl. Are you kidding me? Pam, I can't even. Alright, I'm gonna sign off here. That's exactly how I felt. Make it a great day.